Okay, everybody, how you doing? This is NSCA Chapter 11, Fitness Evaluation Protocols and Norms. This will be the first presentation. There'll be several here, but this first one will be very similar to all the other presentations I've done. This will be an introduction, overview of fitness evaluation protocols. But then I'll take the content from Chapter 11 and kind of break it out specifically, almost like straight from the book. We did a ton from Chapter 11 in one of our other courses in 231. And, we're going to end up focusing a lot of time and energy there, or we focused a lot of time and energy there. So here, this is more just kind of like refreshing the information that we had from that class. So let's get into this, get going here. These are the main takeaways that you have in terms of what we're looking for. How to correctly administer, understand the protocols, attain valid and reliable measurements for different tests, and compare results with normative data. And I recall there's criterion-based and normative-based, but we're going to do compare the results with normative-based. Now, the book itself, when you get into 11, you have this, and you have this kind of like roughly categorized subsections for fitness evaluation protocols, vital signs, training load, body composition, cardiovascular, speed, agility, muscle strength, muscle power, muscle endurance, flexibility, and postural alignment and movement assessments. And we worked through all of these tests in 231. But the one thing we didn't touch on before, and it's not highlighted here, is training load. And it's a little bit confusing in the book how they present it. It's kind of awkward where they place it in this fitness evaluation protocols. And so I'll speak to it in one point in the series of presentations, but just understand that it's kind of awkward and a little bit out of place, and it's kind of confusing in the book to follow along. But if you were to take these and break them out into like different subgroups, if we look at this, you can kind of broadly look at this in terms of you have testing that can be broadly grouped into attributes of the person, and another category that could be performance related. So if we look at the tests that's on the right side of the screen, or the assessments over here on the right side of the screen, we can break those out into two broadly based categories, one of which would be this, the attributes of the person, their vital signs, their body composition, and anthropometry. What I don't like about what the book does here is they put body composition and anthropometry together. They're kind of different in terms of, body composition is the stuff like inside the body, how the body's made. And then anthropometry itself is the measurement of the body shape and form. So they're a little bit different. So I broke those out specifically over here in attributes, but realize anthropometry, body mass index, height, weight, skin folds, etc. These are speaking about the human form, but they're speaking slightly different dialects, if I can say it like that. They're slightly different. So when we look at performance-based over here to the right, we now have cardiovascular endurance, speed, agility, muscle strength, power and endurance, flexibility and postural alignment, and movement assessments. And I will say this, when we look at the postural alignment and movement assessments, something like the plumb line assessment, that doesn't really require the person to perform any skill. They just stand there and we evaluate them. So I could almost broadly put the plumb line assessment into the attributes category over here. But for the sake of the book and how they have it organized, they do have it tucked in over here at postural alignment and movement assessments, even though you're not really moving per se with a plumb line. All right. So chapter 11, we used it the entire time we were in Kinesiology 231. And that's our fitness assessment programming course. Now I'll go through and I'll have different videos supporting the material. And then what I'll probably do is go back into 231 content, and then I'll just adapt those presentations over and tuck them in another folder here in Blackboard. So at least you'll have them, something to be able to review. Beyond that, be on the lookout for more presentations. Thanks.